Good evening. A driver who killed 4 members of the same family says he wishes he had died too. Alexander Woodridge had been looking at his vehicle's GPS when he triggered a deadly chain of events in the southeast. Today he was left in no doubt of the horrific impact his 10 seconds of inattention has had on so many lives.
Charles Khan lost 3 generations of his family in one horrific instant.
I just hope it gets up.
Inside Mount Gambier District Court, he sobbed as he held up a photo of his wife Bev, his daughter Michelle Doyle and his grandchildren Joshua and Jessica. Then he directed it at the driver responsible, Alexander Woodridge. He killed 4 of the most important people in my life, and sadly this is something I can never forgive him for, he said. 65-year-old Woodridge has pleaded guilty to causing the crash near Adelaide in the state's southeast last December.
Excuse us, please.
Today it was revealed the CFS volunteer had been looking at his vehicle's GPS in the lead up to the crash, his eyes off the road for 10 seconds. Enough time to fail to give way, hit a truck, which in turn smashed into the Doyle's car, robbing Darren Doyle of his entire family. Too emotional to read his own statement, Mr Doyle also cried as the court heard he'd had to sell his house. I'll never hear my wife's laugh again, but worst of all, I'll never hear my kids call me dad again. I am heartbroken. The family had been returning to Mount Gambier from Robe, where Joshua and his partner Bradley Kelly had taken over a local restaurant. Mr Kelly telling Woodridge, I'll never forget seeing my partner die right in front of me. The impact of the crash on Woodridge was also revealed, his lawyer telling the court he wishes he had died in the accident too. He's asked for a suspended sentence because he wasn't drunk, speeding or taking risks and hasn't had a single traffic infringement his entire life.
Live now to Alice Monfries at the Mount Gambier Courthouse. Alice, Woodridge walked from court after today's appearance, but he may not next time.
Well, that's right, Brenton. Alexander Woodridge will be sentenced at his next hearing 2 weeks from now, and the prosecutor wants a jail term. She told the court today that it was more than just a momentary lapse in concentration which caused this crash. She said his eyes were off the road for 10 seconds for a distance of more than 240 metres. Now, the victim's family also want to see him spend at least some time behind bars, or at the very least banned from ever being allowed to get back behind the wheel.